Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and I'm actually recording this time. I just got done beating this thing. It's a bit of a chaos mess anyway, and I wasn't recording, so this is like take 3. Anyways, fun times. This is Sepulcher, since I finally also looked up how to say it. Champions are Barrier and Unstoppable. The burn is Solar. There are better options than I'm using, but remember I don't use exotics in these, so you guys can use whatever that you actually see. And then we've also got shields that are Arc and Solar, and I'll kind of explain what those are. I am doing this on Master difficulty. On Master, you're going to have more champions. Legend, you'll just have a couple less. Maybe a couple more shields. That's mostly it. I'll kind of explain where they are. First thing, I'm going to run Scout Rifle for anti-barrier instead of bow. Scouts can personally have the better consistent, like, tap the barrier shield option that you're going to have. This one has Vorpal on it. If you have a scout rifle or a bow, honestly, with explosive payload, that is actually going to be even better because you get that double tap on the shield, so you're going to be able to break it even easier. So if you've got explosive payload, explosive head on a bow, anything like that is the optimal way to go. This is just like a more basic scout rifle. Major spec on whatever you're using that for, though, that's going to help you out quite a bit. For Unstoppable, I am going hand cannon, mainly because it's one of the few arc things that I've got. Because when it comes to arc pulse rifles, I have a lot of them. I have a ton of these Insidious pulse rifles, and I enjoy them, but I know not all of you raid. But if you're looking for a pulse rifle, this I can't recommend enough because I like Insidious. So, now the main reason is the burn is Solar, and I always want to match the burn to my heavy. Now I'm using Ascendancy just because, yes, I know it's a pursuit weapon. I also know that you're not going to always have this as an option, but I'm going to try and present you guys with others. If you've rated Cataclysm, this would be a fantastic option. I actually love this roll. I just don't get to use it that often. If you just bought Witch Queen and that's all you own right now, Parasite would actually hit like a truck in here. So if you've got it and you've got it leveled up, even just at like 1551, it's going to hit hard because you're going to kill a lot of little ads. And then each time you do shoot one of these grenades out towards a champion, it's going to smash it. Now, some of the champions I tend to shoot farther away, so you would have to get a little closer with this one. So you've got options. If you played Iron Banner and you've got Archon's Thunder, it's a solar machine gun. If you have Galahorn, though, just use it. By far the best option in here, no question, honestly. Whatever you're doing for your heavy, make sure you've got your Rocket Scavenger, Rocket Ammo Finder. Reserves are not required because I'm going to say solar and arc damage. Make sure you put that mod on. Things hurt a lot, and it's nice to have that as double. You could go Void here to kind of round out everything, but honestly, I would go Concussive because there's a lot of grenades and a lot of solar grenades, and solar's going to hurt more. So you could theoretically do this and double up. I think that does work, but I would actually get the Concussive Damper paired with the 25% for arc and solar. Kind of gives a nice bonus there. So, Solar Heavy, it's your Solar Shield, of which there might be one Wizard, maybe? Which there's a Wizard on Legend, I know, with a Solar Shield. Outside of that, I don't know if there's actually another Solar Shield in here, because on Master, I think everything turns into champions. Arc for this level right here is an option. Now, if you have like an Ogma Pulse Rifle with adaptive munitions, you could use that right here. Take care of the few Arc Shields that you're going to have, which are going to be a few Knights, especially on Master, it's like 2. And then just, you know, whatever you want up here, scout, bow, whatever. So this is a low-level loadout. I would suggest the solar subclass. Try and find something that you enjoy using, that you're going to get some decent use out of. Find your best grenade. So if you've got solar grenade, I think would be a good one. Anything you've got that's going to hit well and hard. I like Thermite for a Titan, so you guys have options there. As I'm not using exotics, you'll have to forgive the Thermite grenade if you're not a Titan. But outside of that, let's jump inside and see if I can get this thing done. This time, hopefully with some more deaths. That works out that the last one didn't record because it wasn't my cleanest. But let's get it done and see if we get an exotic. Here we go. Alright, so first thing, when you load in here, you're going to have like 4 Acolytes below the staircase and 1 Knight in the middle. The Knight is going to have your Arc Shield, so you're going to want to break the Arc Shield first. Try and hit him. Now, my grenade works very well for this because I can literally just line it up down the tunnel. But whatever grenade you got, you can start clearing this stuff out. And honestly, I would sit back at first and clear out some of these ads. Again, there's going to be a lot of solar grenades coming at you. And this is like the worst scout rifle, by the way. I don't know why. I just do not like this thing. It's not bad. It just doesn't... I don't like this slow fire. So if I can do this with this scout rifle, you guys can get this done. I promise you. This scout rifle is just like my least favorite one. And don't forget about the butterflies. They're going to hit for arcs. So you're going to get a little bonus out of that as well. But if you do knock them off, make sure you kill those. You're going to have a barrier champion on the left, barrier champion on the right. This is on Master. On Legend, barrier on the left, and then a solar wizard or solar shielded wizard on the right. The wizard will shoot arc, but it's solar shielded. So those are your main 2 focuses once you get these guys down. Now, the big thing is you're going to want to focus one at a time. So try and make sure most of the acolytes are down. And they do tend to, like, kind of keep coming for a little while. So for the moment, I would just work on cleaning out the ads. Make sure you get a pretty clean run at this one. Some could be tucked in the back. Some may not want to hop out too soon. Just clear out most of the ads that you can find. Make your life a little easier. Again, it's master. Things are going to hurt. One is tucked on the left, though. So what we're going to do is work this guy down until he pops a shield. Also, watch your reload timings, because on master, the barrier knights get their shield going very quick, their health regen very quickly. So I'll tap him a couple times, try and get him to pop the shield, make sure I've got enough ammo to break the shield. Then if I want to go something like a rocket, then I can make sure my reload happens. And then tap him a couple times, make sure he's actually playing nice and not dancing too much. If he moves around, you're going to want to move with him, or you risk him getting a shield back. Now we're going to shift over to our left guy. And it looks like we got a couple ads that weren't done yet. But that's, if you can help just kind of see one side and not actually peek your head out to the other side, less is theoretically going to be flying at you. Not always, not all of them play nice. But if you come up here, kill most things from the back, and then just kind of hug the left hallway, focus more on the right, get everything cleared, and then shift over to the left-hand side. Now I've got rockets on the ground, so I can be a little more aggressive with my rocket use. I do want to make sure my rocket is reloaded for when I want to use it, when I go for that damage chunk. But for now, we're just going to try and get a little consistency on that one. The master barrier enemies always get their shield at about a sixth of their health, so be ready for it. And again, make sure you got enough shots in the clip to make that happen. Slow and steady. I got 6 shots. I got to be careful, make sure I've got enough to break the shield. It takes 5 with this weapon, even with a major mod on there. Take a second, stare at him, pop the shield, make sure you always have enough bullets. At this point, I might actually kill him. Nope, he literally needed 1 more bullet. All right, so now I'm going to have the wizard spawn straight in. I'm going to back up, see if we can fire the rocket. That's 1. Now, if you get that wizard low enough, you are going to want to make sure you're able to actually do the finisher move on it. So if I do hit it hard enough, there we go. If you can get the kill on it a couple of rockets later. As I said, I had the ammo drop, so I was a little more aggressive with heavy ammo. I've got this brick up here. Each brick is going to be 3 if I've got scavenger on, which I do. And then I've also got ammo finder, and I don't even have reserve. So scavenger is going to give you 3 rockets. And as this thing taps out at 7, I'm going to leave that ammo brick there in case I need it later. Now, sometimes you'll have the barrier knight right here in front of you in the hallway. Sometimes he's going to have marched around a couple of corners, and you're gonna have to go into the bigger room to get to him. Kind of depends on where he's at. In the one where I did finish, but took way too long, he was sitting right here. He's marched ahead. What you don't want to do is charge too far into this room. So keep your back to the wall. You're gonna have some acolytes that spawn, but if you march down these stairs, you're also gonna spawn the unstoppable champions, which are gonna make things much, much more difficult. So the goal here, just because you're in kind of a pinch of a position here, is probably to, you know, hit him with a grenade, hit him with something big, and also try and take out these couple of acolytes that are here. And just try to get a couple of these acolytes down, because then your focus is only going to be that champion. Now the goal is to make sure that you can get that champion, for one, to play nice and not do that. But again, remember, the ammo count, and also when he gets to that marker on his health, which is fine. Now that's one where I hit him. I'm going to hit him with a rocket because I really want to be aggressive on his health. Keep enough ammo, make sure you get the break. Now I'm going to reload the rocket and just go for the finisher now. Just because I don't want to mess with him. Now he gave me some ammo drop. What I'm going to do is just get things to spawn. Try and run out here and grab this. I could run back for the other, but that's actually worth 2 right now, so it's still worth grabbing. And you're going to have unstoppable champions now. 2 of them on top of a solar acolyte hive. So, depending on what is close enough, you're also going to have these guys. So the thrall being a priority as they're going to come charging at you. You will get deleted if you march out there. Really wish this had, like, anything better for ad clearing, but it really doesn't. And if you can't get out of the doorway, give it a second until they reload their face. And I know that sounds really weird, but they shoot out of their face, so they must reload their face somehow. I know that's a weird sentence, but I don't know how else to discuss that, so we're just going to roll with it. Bad reload, so don't shoot the rocket if you do something like that either. You're going to want to make sure the rocket is hit when he's actually stunned, so you get the full damage potential out of it. Now I'll throw a grenade down there while he's just chilling out, and you watch the damage numbers change. 10k, 3k. So now as he's low enough, I can probably just work on killing him with my hand cannon. Hang back in this doorway. They should not chase you all the way back here. Biggest thing about unstoppable champions always is the fact that if you get out of their line of sight in the middle of their stun section, they like kind of are theoretically like blind, and they won't typically come charging after you. Not saying he won't charge after you, you got to be ready for it, but it means that you have the chance that they typically won't. So like this, I'm going to reload my rocket, hang out for a second. When I peek back out, he's not going to really be aggressive on me till he sees me again. Now he's aggressive because I'm out here. But until I do that, he's not. Now, here's a fun test. I ticked him off at the stairs. Now, this is where he's, like, limited to the stairs. And again, if you don't have that many rockets, just focus on the damage chunks when you can get them. The grenades make life fun, but just pop out with an unstoppable. Literally go for the shots. If you got a grenade that you can use, again, get those big chunks of damage. There. And it's not a flawless run, but what can you do? I got the champion down. That was the goal. If you're going for flawless, you got to play really cautious. That was a little aggressive with my health bar, but it's not the end of the world. Oh, I do have a heavy ammo brick back here still. See? They hang out. Proof that they're worth holding on to. Ammo finders, scavengers, they're worth the mods, especially when you're by yourself and kind of depending on partial shield breaking with those. All right. Now, the final thing that we have in this room somewhere is 100% going to be a Solar Acolyte. There he is. Now that he's out, now we need to be able to do enough damage to the Solar Acolyte to either get out there and kill it. But the big thing about the Solar Acolyte, unless you know you can finish, that's also how hard he hurts, by the way. You know, just a good example to show you. Solar Burn on Master difficulty, and it's a Solar Hive Guardian throwing, like, crazy super knives. Yeah, they will absolutely delete you. Why do they always turn me around when I respawn? That happens sometimes too. But yeah, when you go to kill the Hive Guardian, make sure you have a safe run to go after him, or if you're going for a flawless, you better make sure the entire room is clear, because you could easily die because there are a couple Hive, like, acolytes that honestly could ruin your entire situation. Now, the Hive Guardian sometimes will run back a little bit, so I will typically throw like a grenade in the middle. But if you do get the Hive Guardian killed somehow, you better run out there and finish it, otherwise you got to do it again. So if he's in super mode, I'm honestly just going to hang out. Damn. Because honestly, if you get one Hive Acolyte grenade like that on top of the Solar guy hitting you, it's just going to hurt. So my goal, in theory, that should clear out the Acolytes. That was overkill, but I got 2 in the chamber now, which is... Seriously, I'm burning? Somewhere this Acolyte's got to be around. He cannot be that far. He's a weenie, but he's not that big of a weenie. 5 minutes left. This is going to be a little on the... Throwing knives eventually have to go, so just be careful. Damn, those hurt. Yes, I did in fact press record this time. Chat is asking me just to verify. Yeah, the throwing knife sting. It's still doable. I'll show you guys. I'll leave this one in here even with a couple of deaths. Just to show you it's doable, but yeah, this is one of the less fun ones. Then he always goes and wanders off. Now you got, these are the guys actually to worry about. Is those hives, because those shoot solar at you. And those are actually going to hurt quite a bit if they get aggressive. Now he's got to be getting close. If he hits me with the solar knives again, I'm in trouble, but he's actually fairly close. So if you get him low enough that you can finish him, Now, if the room is fairly empty, now it's your goal is just to push and go for the finish, and then the double finish. The only problem is you have 2 orange bar acolytes sitting there peppering you with solar damage. And again, that solar burn makes this stuff hurt on top of the grenades that they fire. He's almost down. Other guy should be hanging around back here. And then we'll be in the last room. Again, my loadout is far, far, far from optimal. But if I can finish it this way and I've still got 7 revives left, you guys can definitely get this done. That's the whole point. Final room. So this is kind of your safety hallway here. And when you come around the corner, you're going to have a nice little grouping of ads. It's a good time for a Gjallarhorn to probably work well. I'm going to throw a grenade just to kind of line this side. And hopefully get a lot of them to walk into it if I can kind of force their hand to run across the map. Gotta love that grenade. Vortex would be great here at the door for all these not Vortex, but Solar would be great at the door for everything kind of coming in at you. And then once you pull enough, you're going to have the boss as the main issue, and then a couple of barrier knights. One will be closer, one will be farther. You're going to want to focus the closer one down first. That's your priority. The problem is this door. The door is going to make your timing on some of these things very limited because that door is going to close your opportunity to do damage, but you're going to want to have a tendency to pull back so you don't die. So it's this weird thing. You're like, I don't want to die, but if I'm not close enough, then I can't do enough damage to champions. So your goal in theory, honestly, is to probably smash the champion pretty aggressively with a rocket to kind of force its hand in putting up its shield. Keep it in place, break the shield, and hopefully be able to go back right at it again with another rocket. I'm getting heavy on the ground, which is good. So that's the goal. That's the one I'm talking about. You want that. And that was a waste. Well, you guys are definitely going to see all the ways not to do this well. So doing this one flawlessly, there's better loadouts for this. Gjallarhorn alone would be fantastic. But yeah, this is a fun one. There is ammo, so I'm just going to run out here and grab it just in case. And get him. Now, honestly, if you get a good shot at the boss, you could hit him. You're only going to need to hit the boss like twice, maybe 3 times to back him up. Now, if you do enough damage to that barrier knight to get him to pop his shield, I would get aggressive. Now is the time for a grenade. And then be ready with your, barrier weapon again. Back up far. Cannot believe I need to reload my rocket right now. Don't you get your shield back. There we go. If you get one of these guys down, it literally gets to be so much easier. It's not even funny. It's like night and day difference. This is why you have that arc resistance, though, as well. Because those acolytes, please let me have enough shots. There we go. One is down. All right, so I got like 30 seconds. The boss actually is like the easiest part of this entire thing. I already hit him at least once with a big rocket. Oh, there's a butterfly. Butterfly, moth, whatever they're called. All right, now if most of these guys are just the boss, I can hit him again. That'll hit him for a nice like 80k. The acolytes do just tend to keep coming. Now there are some that are going to potentially be in that room when you get out there, and I'll tell you guys where to watch for them. No revives left, and this guy will hurt because he's solar. Same with this guy. Can you not with all your shots? Thanks. Those are some of the guys that could have been in the back of the room, so actually the front of the room might be a bit more clear. It's like the champion won't theoretically go away. Okay, so I'm going to try and use that grenade to clear out some of the ads. Going to get him to pop his shield. Try and throw a rocket into his face. And not die. Keep peppering him with shots. Be ready that you got enough in your clip to break the shield. Be ready again for that shield break in the back. And the thing keeping the door open right now is the hive strafing back and forth for my life here. He's down. I Cannot die. That was so risky right there, I'll be honest. Because that guy being solar just hurts. So yeah, that resistance makes a difference. On top of probably your level and everything else. I may have one more shot to put into the boss. If I killed the boss, I might actually have been a better option there. There he is down. Now, before you run in here, make sure you got everything from the back of the room. Because there's likely some ads that are still hanging out. Some that didn't charge at you, or some that could have just respawned if they just keep coming. I swear some of these rooms have continuously spawning ads. I could be crazy, but just a lot of ads that don't tend to stop for a while. And that should be a wrap. A little over 15 minutes, but yeah, this is a slow one by yourself with an unoptimal loadout. Hopefully with a good loadout, you can do something faster, and I got a legendary engram, so no exotic for me. But that is Sepulcher, now that I know how to say it, on master difficulty. You would have less champions in most of these rooms. One champion in here, one unstoppable champion, and then the first room even, one champion and one wizard. So if you guys did enjoy this video, drop a like below. Leave a comment if you have a loadout and subclass that you enjoy using. Please drop those in the comments for everybody. But for this video, again, these are lowest common denominator, no exotic runs, so you guys can take whatever you like to use and make them better. If you guys want to find me on Twitter, it is Ebontis. On Twitch, streaming it is Ebontis, and right here on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the alert bell. Helps my guides make it to you. And of course, those of you who are YouTube members and Patreon subscribers, thank you for that extra support. All of you are amazing, though. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.